Greetings, humans. I'm Andre, and I'm George, and welcome back to the Windmill full of corpses. This god is dead. This god is dead. Actually, the title reminds me of the god that failed from Metallica. He failed, so now he's dead. Both songs definitely show a disrespect or discontent towards a god. And I can kind of relate to that. So, this is Seven Spires. Again, we did Seven Spires once before on the channel. It was their latest song, The Cursed Muse, which was a monster. Yeah, it was a Dark Lord March theme epic monster, something like that. And this is the second single they're releasing from hopefully an upcoming album that I still don't think they announced. It's called This God Is Dead, as we already said, and it is, wait for it, 10 minutes and 37 seconds long. We like the prog, so that's a good thing. Yes, we like the prog, so we're well accustomed to long songs, and the longest song in Spire's history so far was Burn from their debut album Solveig. That was 8 minutes, and to this day it's one of my favorites. Even with, I think that album has sampled drums, even with the sampled drums and the lower quality that they had on that one compared to their recent stuff, that's still one of my favorite songs from Spires. So this is I already know it's a gargantuan monster that I'm simply not ready for. Also, it features Roy Khan, the first vocalist of Camelot, who is now in conception, and who I know is one of Adrian's inspirations. I know nothing about Roy Khan. So, let's kill some god. I mean, he's already dead. Yes. Link to the original video will be below. Be sure to check it out. And be sure to check out everything Spire does. And be sure to check us out. And let's go. I think he's already there. Roy. that's a good moment to take the first break. I heard a theme in there. A piano thing. Dun, 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 dun. What is that? That's the thing from the end of the Drowner of Worlds, I think, was in there. Oh man, that's already a reprise used theme. Because that's also the theme that closes the orchestral track Emerald Seas, I think. The Ego ad finem omnia. Yeah. So, I didn't hear that, man. I think it was in there. I'm fairly confident it was in there. Okay, so, phenomenal intro. Mm-hmm. Much love for Dovas. This guy is a genius, man. His groove alternations are perfect. Yeah. Much love for the vocals. Like, not a lot of change in vocal style so far, but really, really, really good. I'm not gonna get into the details. I'll save that for the end. What I do want to point out as a detail is that orchestral drop down before the first verse, and I think also before the second. Dum 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 dum. What I don't know exactly how it goes. That kind of chromatic descent. It sounds like something I don't know where I heard. Yes, same for me. I hear it in my head. It's somewhere from Imaginarium, from Nightwish's Imaginarium. Dun, 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 dun. I'll figure it out. No, it's from The Poet and the Pendulum. Before settling into the verses. I know it's not the same thing, but it sounds like that. Yes, that's what I was hearing as well. Okay, let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
What happened to me? I never saw these bones. I wear this skin like someone else's clothes. These scraps of childhood seems roughly said. There's no tomorrow, just a day that started lifetimes ago. What happened to me? Who am I? Who am I? Everything I've been feels like it's a lie. Food makes me sick and drink makes me fast. Are these my memories? Am I even
Let's not get into that just yet. We'll leave it to the end after this. It's gonna go into a whole new thing. I can feel it. I love the verses. You can hear the peak. Yeah, you can definitely hear the bass. So what I really want to say about the second part is much love for the bass, and again, much love for Dovas. Yes. I like every time they settle into the blast. So you have the smooth verses, and then you have the blast, and every time they settle into the blast, you have this high register orchestra coming in as well. Man, that theme is so epic. And you have the blast and the scream, shagrathi, black metal vocals, and then you just have that beautiful melody soaring over. It's like, that contrast is insane, man. I'm gonna say this thing that's happening now sounds kind of like a menacing break you'd get in a clean black metal song. Mm-hmm. So, I'm expecting horror. Let's.
bow before the majesty, this loathsome demon reborn, life with new purpose. See the earth through young eyes, feel feel the universe through an ancient soul. Guide of the lost, guardian of the broken, bringer of peace in final hours. Happiness is a choice, and purpose a charted course. I'm but a soul keeper, and this God is dead.
Words seem useless. I can't figure out what it's about. I caught some part of the lyrics in there that said something like, this is my final death, finally accept all that I am, and all that I meant to be perhaps eternally. I think that's what it said. And I don't know where to put this in the story, but I'd say it's not at the end and it's not at the beginning because it looked like someone trapped in some eternal black hole that probably seems eternal, but knowing how these albums evolve, probably won't be eternal. Okay, that kind of makes sense. And yeah, it's definitely something that would fit in the middle of the album. I can tell you what my interpretation of the song is already. And it's my interpretation, it doesn't have to be true, but this song already means a thing to me. So, this god is dead. And, okay, Emerald Seas basically ends with someone gaining immortality.
Yes.
And in so also becoming cursed by that immortality in some sense because they're forced to see everyone they love die over and over and over and over. And sounds like a joy.
Yes.
Psychologically, to me, trying to get to the fountain of youth and become immortality is a metaphor for my constant drive to present myself in a certain way at a really high standard, I would say.
Oh, so not like what we do with this channel.
Yes, kind of. I mean, kind of like what I try to do with this channel, but fail miserably. Anyway, so what it basically is to me is, it's hard to put into words, but it's like, there's me, and there's this ridiculous image of who I'm supposed to be that I constantly try to present myself as. That image is the god. And this god is dead, it's a crushed ideal. Yes. Not only a crushed ideal, an unattainable ideal that's tormenting you. And then this god is dead is the willingness to crush it to make way for what can actually be that's good. And that doesn't have to be exactly that, kind of. That's what it, and I don't know why I'm feeling it like this. I caught some of the snippets of the lyrics that kind of hinted me in that direction, and I don't remember them exactly, but it's also the way this song feels. It feels like trying to pull yourself out of hell while there's thousands of pairs of demon heads clawed in your back trying to pull you back down. That's what it feels like to me.
Can I say?
You can say.
It needs a longer solo.
I mean, probably. I'm not just trying to take you off track. No, but you're not taking me off track because I kind of made that point, but I feel the solo landed pretty well. Where exactly was the solo? So we had the first part before we paused, then we had that part with the smooth verses with the bass and blasts, and I think after that came the solo.
You are really overestimating me if you think I remembered some structure to this song.
It was somewhere in the second half. Okay. So that's lyrical and emotional interpretation. Now let's get into music. Much love for those. Yes, so there's that pattern that keeps recurring. Yeah, that thing there, my love for Dovas, keeps growing. I'm going all bromancing here. I love Dovas. Okay. So there's that, but he just has this way of sprinkling in all these crazy transitions and changes in groove that just basically keep pumping up the song over and over and over. Because it's like you settle into this thing and it sounds great, and then it spikes a little, takes you by surprise, and lands into another thing that sounds great. And he does that constantly.
It's like every time he does a change, it feels like a spike.
Yeah. It feels like a spike, and it feels like it lands into something that's not necessarily bigger, but somehow boosts the song some more because it's yet another thing you didn't see coming.
Okay, one more thing I want to say. We had that part where you had like the high orchestrals with the scream and blast in the first part, and then we had something similar in the second part. You had this section where there were like these sort of muffled in the background, incredibly fast double kicks, and then you had soaring clean vocals on top of that, and that was another Drowner of Worlds throwback, as far as I'm concerned. And it's like, you notice all these dynamics, there's too many, I can't remember all of them. Vocal layering was perfect.
Man, her vocal performance, it's the most insane, diversity-wise vocal performance I've heard from Spires. You have the highest screams, like high black metal shrieking stuff. You have those really smooth, kind of tempered, clean vocals in the first part. You have reciting. I don't even know if that's her. I've never heard her reciting, but who else would it be, kind of like? But it feels like two people, because you had a part where she was reciting, but you also had background chanting that was obviously her. So there's layers in there. There are parts here and there where like there's the main vocal theme and sprinkles like, I don't know, 1 octave higher or lower, I wouldn't know the theory, kind of popping in and out. So there's all that going on. Then there's the choirs. So the choirs we had in the intro and in the outro, you know what they feel like to me? Do you know kind of like the surreal, heavenly, angelic choirs you have in, for example, Epica? I would say Santa Terra.
Yeah.
Do you know that vibe? I would say this is the same thing if instead of angelic it was infernal. And the male choirs, actually, I saw this, are recorded by David Akeson, by her vocal coach. I don't know if that means, I think it means he layered them. There's so much going on, so I think I'm done. I'm probably not, but I'm also done. So, you got anything else? This god is dead, and we are dead. And if you enjoyed our reaction, we'd greatly appreciate the likes and shares. And if you would want to see more, don't forget to subscribe with bells on.
Thank you very much for stopping by. We hope you enjoyed your stay, and we'd love to see you back at the Windmill very soon.
Corpse is out.